Yo, we live now.
The first time for everything.
Yes, sir.
So I guess you gotta introduce me to this your show. I don't know how.
Nah, you good, you good, you good. Yo, welcome everybody. Today I got my boy King Sweets with me, and we're gonna be doing a little interview on his latest review about the Sinners movie,
Oh,
which is one
hello
of
everybody.
I'm sorry about that, which is one of his highest view um videos. So we want to talk to him about that, the energy and everything it took to get that done.
All right,
Sweet. How you
what's
doing,
up,
brother?
man? We finally did it. Look, we finally up here.
Yeah, we finally collabing, man. We always talked about collabing, and now we finally collabing, man.
Yeah, I appreciate this. This really mean a lot to me, man. I feel honored to be here.
As you should, bro. I'm glad to have you. So it's been all about, teaming up with other fellow YouTubers, small YouTubers, big YouTubers, just anybody we could get in touch with, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing a part in my first ever YouTube interview on stream.
Hey, like I said, I feel honored to be here. This is my first interview on YouTube.
That's what's
Mostly
up.
I'm
That's what's
talking
up.
I'm talking but I ain't interviewing nobody or being interviewed. So that's not like my first interview, just my first YouTube interview. So
Heard
like
you.
it's look, we both have the first on this.
Absolutely. Is the music too loud? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't really hear no music, but I can hear you.
I bet. So I
Now
wanted
I ain't saying like somebody else can't hear the music. I just can't hear no music. I just hear you.
heard heard you, bro. Heard you. So first question going to be, can you give us a quick summary of the sinners in your own words for those who haven't seen your review?
All right. Well, because I didn't really. I mean, I talked about it on the review, but I ain't really. We could talk about it now because it's out. It's on. I think it's on HBO Max. So basically, Michael B. Jordan plays twins. That's why they show him a lot. Or some previews you see is two of them. So they play twins. It's back in the 30s. So this back in like Mississippi. So they come back home to their hometown. It's like a small town in Mississippi, and they want to start up a juke joint. So they just stole some stuff from some mobsters in Chicago. They didn't show when they was in Chicago. They just showed them coming back. So I think they had like some what you call it was alcohol from like the Italians and the Irish, whatever. I think they worked for both of them. They crossed both of them, and they took the money that they had and the booze, and they wanted to start a juke joint. So they bought the juke joint from a clan member, and they started the juke joint. So then they had everybody come in, because they had to make their money back. So then they had all the people from the hood, all the people sharecroppers and stuff. So then it was a white guy, an Irish guy, and he was the vampire. They didn't know he was a vampire, and they was drawn together to. I think one of Michael B. Jordan cousin. He was like he was the music guy. He could play the guitar, so he was like the main attraction to play the guitar in the juke joint. Besides, they had somebody else playing. They had another OG playing the good like the piano too. So anyway, so the Irish people, the Irish guy, he started making vampires because he was getting chased by this Native American tribe. They never said what the tribe was, but they couldn't catch him. Oh, somebody calling me. Hey, hold on. I'm not going to answer. They're gonna be mad. I'll hit them back later.
Heard you, heard you. Thank you
My
so
bad. I
much,
ain't mean
man.
to answer. I ain't know they was gonna call.
We
All
appreciate
right.
that. Go ahead,
So, all right. What part I was on? I kind of because I got lost
I
track
think
from
he's
it.
at with the Irish guy.
All
You
right.
got
So the Irish guy was making. He had to make a few vampires, so he had a posse with him. So he made it to the juke joint, but in this in this version of the vampires, you had to be invited in. Most people know vampire stories. Their rule is you had to invite them in. They can't just come into your house, and that applies to the building too. Like even if it's a building that they got to be invited in. So they had one of Michael B. Jordan, the character that Slack. They was Slack and Smoke. So I mean Stack and Smoke. My bad. Stack was going with a white girl, but she supposed to be part of black, but she looked white, but she white, and she said, "Let me go outside and talk to him." Cause they look weird. It was like they was acting all weird, playing a little banjo, and they was like, "Nah, man, we don't want y'all to come in." And that they was like, "No, we ain't racist or nothing. You just let us on in." But they was like, Smoke was the smart one. Smoke be like, that's the smart Michael B. Jordan. He like, "Nah, player, I don't trust that." And they was like, they ain't want them to come in because if something happened. They thought they were just normal white people. But
My bad,
anyway,
bro.
so
My bad,
so
sweets. Hold on. Sweet. Can you hear me?
oh yeah, I hear you.
Pause real quick. Hey,
All
thank
right.
you. I come back. Thank you for the like and the subscribe. How you doing, Pamela? How you doing, chat? Anybody that want me to subscribe back, please go to my page and leave a comment on the latest video, and I will sub back. All right, you keep going, good brother. I'm sorry about that.
All right. No, I see some of the chat.
How you
This is my
doing,
first
chat?
time up here, so
Yeah,
I can
shout
see the
chat out
chat.
when you get a chance. Make sure you shout chat out, my guy.
All right. Well, the person that just said hi back. I ain't catch the name because it went off. Oh, all right. So they said a shout out. I guess this one of your people. So I said it said that cat's chef. I think shout out to that cat's chef. I think that's your name. All right. So let me get back to the story. So then I think
That coach chef. Shout
oh,
out to
that
that
coach
coach
chef. I'm
chef.
sorry. Don't beat me up. I'm new to the streaming part right here.
Let's
Oh, they
go,
said
my
thank
guy.
you. You're welcome. That coach chef. All right. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat too. All right. So then what happened? So they sent the white girl was like, let me go out there and they might relate to me more than they relate to y'all. Yeah. That's when cause they didn't you didn't really see the vampire stuff. You seeing him turn into like two white people into vampires, but you ain't see they ain't really get into it. They was like they weren't letting the black people know yet. So then when they sent the white girl out, first it was like they was offering her gold, and this dude had gold pieces. She wasn't really falling for that. She was like, "Nah, man." She was strapped too, cause she was like, "Ain't nothing gonna happen to me," cause smoking them, they had guns, so they gangsters. They ain't play that shit. So they sent her with the little gun that on her piece, but that wasn't gonna do nothing to them. She didn't know that. So when she walked away, it was like, "Nah, we ain't with that party." When she walked away, you seen the main vampire start flying. And he was like, "Oh shit." And then they cut the scene. So then they just let her back in. They ain't think nothing of it because she was like, "You gonna let me in?" They was like, "Girl, you was already in here, man. Come back on." That was the mistake. They didn't know that. So she ended up biting her dude, uh Michael B. Jordan, the one that was called Stat. Cause they thought, he thought that was his girl. And she was like, "Yeah, come on, you wanna you want me, blah blah blah." Long story short, she bit him and everybody thought she killed him. So the brother came back in, shot up the mother, shot her ass up. I'm talking about he had 2 9s. He said, "Fuck that bitch." He saying that she was bit. His brother all leaking on the ground. He like shaking and shit. He shot her ass up, lifted to both clips. She got back up like, "Oh hell no." And then she just ran out. Like her eyes, like what they did for this movie what I like, their eyes was like real funny looking. It wasn't red, it was like kind of like a diamond. But you knew it was them. Like every time they had the interview, yes, I'm talking about Sinners that coach chef. Because I did a review. If you didn't catch in the beginning, we talking about the review that I did that got like 5,000 views. So anyway, If you know the movie, it's out now. So that's why I'm just talking. He asked me to give my synopsis. I'm trying to make it quick. So anyway, so that's when they knew that it was some weird shit going on. So they put Michael B. Jordan's twin, the one that got killed, but he came back to life, in the room. So they thinking he did. Then he get up like, "Hey man, let me out, let me out." Oh, I just got in here. Okay, no problem. I'll just let you know we talk about sinners. He giving because he didn't see it. So
Yeah, I
and
didn't see it. It's
and there's
shout out to
probably
my
other
chat.
people still ain't see it, but it's out. But I'm just telling you my synopsis on the movie. So all right, so I'm compressing. A lot of stuff already happened, but I'm just giving you my version. I'm trying to make it a shorter version. It is a shorter version, so I'm not telling you the whole movie. I'm just giving you I guess the key points. So okay, so then that's when all hell broke loose. You know, the girl already went in. She went back out. She the white girl that was the twins girl. The other Michael B. Jordan, the other Michael B. Jordan, Smoke, had a black girlfriend.
Shout
She
out
was
to
in.
Robin. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
she didn't get bit. She didn't get bit though. She's still in the juke joint. Now the white, all the vampires right now they all white. So even the girl, you remember the other Michael B. Jordan twin, Stat, that was his girl. She the one bit him, but she turned him. Because when you get bite in this movie, you get bit in this movie, you get turned. Unless you kill and you gotta kill. They ain't know all the rules to the vampire stuff. But Michael, all right, so Smoke, is this my watch? Yeah. I don't know why this why it's going on. Everything going off on my side. So
Busy, busy, busy.
Smoke girl is like a witch. So she knew some of the story. She knew like a folklore because you gotta keep in mind this is the 30s. So a lot of stuff, a lot of information that travel that fast. We think about now. We got social media. They ain't had that back then. So they literally ain't had cell phones, ain't none of that. So everything, the information still slow. But she heard like folklores of vampires. Now they talked about, they gave like a synopsis in the beginning. I forgot to say that, but they had a synopsis about everything that's going on in the movie. But they went back. What I like about Ryan Coogler, he talked about the guy, the vampires from that time, and then he talked about the spirit. It was a lot of spiritual stuff in there. And he put a lot of history and music. So if you see it, you be like, oh, okay, I see what he talking about. And they even went back because the movie expands from the 30s to the 90s. So they even showed like people in the 90s, the hip hop, all that in there. He put all that in there. So that's what I liked about it. It showed like references to music, how music tied to even the vampires, because like the Pied Piper, if you go deep in what the Pied Piper is, everybody know that got something to do with the devil you know.
Okay, so they
If you
tied
get
in the whole folklore of the music and everything. That's what's up.
Yeah, so with the music and the vampire thing, with all of that, they tied all that together. So they was basically talking about the Pied Pipers of the time. That's what the guy, the star, that was the guitar player. He was the new guy. He was like the new guy. He was the new actor. Like it was his first film. So and he had to literally learn. He could sing, but he didn't know how to play the guitar. So they talked about he had to train to play the guitar. He knew how to play the piano, but he didn't know how to play the guitar. But he learned. He had to learn. He wanted that part, man. He wanted that money. So shit, money a good motivator for you to learn anything. You be like, oh, let me play all this shit. But that's
Make a
why
lot
I,
of
I
sense.
mean that's what I
I'm
like
saying
about
for
the
the
movie.
money, they say they sold to the devil the music situation, so that make a lot of
Well,
sense.
they kind of put that in there in a sense, but you know, the devil, the immediate devil was that vampire because he was talked about. You could tell he lived a long time. You could tell he was lived for 100 years. He never said, but the stuff he was talking about, you was like, damn, you was in Ireland back then. You old, but he didn't look old. because vampires don't age. So anyway, he made most of the people in the because they end up a lot of people started leaving the juke joint because when they shot up the girl, it was like, oh look, everybody like, yo, get down, what's going on? Who getting shot? What's going on? And they was like, party over. So when they went outside, the vampire had a pill day. They was picking them off, but they didn't show it. They didn't really show them getting picked off. They just showed like, people was like, oh, let me go to the bathroom. Even the dude, I don't know if you remember the guy. He played on a lot of stuff. The guy, if you ever seen Get Rich or Die Trying,
Yeah, I seen Get Rich or Die Trying. That's one of my favorite
or
movies
or or
with 50 Cent,
Eminem,
right?
because he played in Eminem, 8 Mile, and Get Rich or Die Trying. A big dude, he real big. He always played like their big friend. Well, he in the movie. I don't know his
Right.
name, but he been in a lot of movies. He played in 8 Mile and he played in Get Rich or
All
Die
right,
Trying.
Coach. All right, Coach. You be right back, Coach. I see you in a little bit, bro. But keep going, bro.
All right. So he was like the doorman. So he had to go pee, but he didn't want to pee in the inside for some reason. He was like, man, just watch the door. I'm gonna be right back. So he ended up peeing like in the woods. Now he didn't know people getting picked off by these vampires. They getting picked off. They don't show them because they so fast. They ain't showing that part. They did. He just hearing noises and shit like, what's going on? What? Because they had a little comedy in it too. So he like, man, what's going on? Oh, that's just a pig. Oh shit. So when he came back, they was like, man, where the fuck you been at, man? And I think it was at this time because Stack is in the room. Stack ain't woke up yet. That's the twin. That's the twin that
Right.
got bit. Smoke still in his right mind. Smoke is he always was the smart twin. Stack was like the funny twin, always making jokes. You could tell the difference between the twin. And
Okay,
then
so
they
both
they
twins
put
have two
different
different
colors on them too.
personalities.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they put them together a lot, but then they also put them separate so you could see who they love interest, how they was with other people. Because some people that be look at them be like, which one is you? Like you smoke, you stack, nigga. I'm stack, nigga. What the fuck you think this is? Or smoke be like, you know who it is, and they was like, yeah, what up, smoke? Because they show smoke right away, like he ain't play no games. Like early in the movie, he told this girl to watch his truck. That's what I'm trying to cut. I skipped over some stuff because I'm trying to make the point. But early in the movie, I think I put the scene in my clip. If you look at the clip of the my my review in the beginning, when you see Michael B. Jordan walking and he got a
Right.
blue one, he got a gun, and then he shoots somebody. That's smoke. And then when you see the other guy in the red, that's stack. They make that distinction right away.
Copy, copy.
So all right, so back to when so the big dude got bit, but they don't show him getting bit. So they testing him at the door. So he gotta let him you gotta let him in. And he kept saying, hey man, let me come back in. They was like, why you can't just walk in by yourself? He was like, well, it's gotta be nice. He's acting all weird about coming in. And they
Right,
was
right.
like, well, just come in. Well, why don't you just invite me in? He kept making this invite me in type shit. And it was like, no, man, like just coming. You've been coming in and out all day. Now you can't come in. And the girl that's the witch, she was like, "Dad, I don't something up." And he was like, look, all right, you ain't gotta let me back in. Just pay me what you owe me, because you owe me for being here all night. And he was like, cool. So this when they found out he was a vampire, everything changed. So
Mm.
he reached, right, and get his
My boy
money.
back. Shout out to
Yeah, I
Coach.
see him. And he reached to give the money, and then he gave him the money, right? He didn't want the money. He tried to grab his hand and bite his hand, and Smoke
Oh,
shot him in the face. I'm talking about it went
bah!
straight. You seeing a bullet, his cheek came out. You be like, God damn.
Oof.
And he fell over. And then he went back in, closed the door. And then you see this motherfucker get back up. He get up, he big, so he getting up slow. So then they had another friend. They ain't know they put him out there because they saying him he was drunk. He just spilled like the wine and shit that they had, and it was red. So they just
Right.
assumed they were blood. They thought he got bit too. And they like, man, throw his ass out. He was just drunk. When he got up, he was like, man, Smoke, let me in, man. Come on, let me in. And the big dude went and ate his ass up. and turned him to a vampire. So now you got all these. It was like about 20 people outside. All of them got turned, and it was an Asian lady that had her husband. They had owned the store. They helped make the shit because they had to make some flags and shit like that. Certain shit that they was putting pieces people together to make shit. The girl, his witch lady, she was the cook. They always had wine. They were just making everything happen because they was the hustlers of the town too. So
Right.
anyway, long story short, so now they got like 20 people out there vampires. The Asian lady husband, he walked up and was like, "Baby, come on, let's go home." She was like, "Why you can't come back in?" Because he already got bit
Mm.
too. But how they be, they be so calm and shit. You don't know it's them till they start asking you. They can't come in because they be like, they ain't gonna do this. Let me come in. He was like,
Right.
"Baby, come on, just come outside, baby. Let's go home." And she was like, "Baby, you don't see what you call eating him." He's like, "Oh, he just hungry." And that's how you know he's a vampire.
Right.
He just hungry. He just he get hungry. But like he don't eat people.
Right.
And so she was pissed. She was
Do
like,
your
"This
thing, Coach.
motherfucker done made my husband a
Oh,
vampire." But they didn't understand. They had to learn to quit because it was like like it was like a folklore back
right.
then, and
So they
they
had
in the
to adapt.
field. Yeah, they in like the juke joint. It was an old like killing factory for the clan. So they cleaned that shit up because they found blood and the clan man. He told them, "Oh, this is an old building." He was like, "What's this?" "Oh, it was an old slaughterhouse. It was a slaughterhouse, all right. It was killing niggas."
Mm.
But anyway, so long story short, now you got like I'm gonna say 30 or 40 black people that's already turned to vampires. Now you got like 5 or 6 people left. So you got Michael B. Jordan, Smoke, that twin. Then
Right.
his cousin is the guitar player. That they cousins. They got the witch. Um, Delroy Lindo. He was Delta Slim. You probably seen him in a lot of movies. He playing like Romeo Must Die. He playing a lot of stuff. He always play
All
somebody's
right.
daddy. Well, he was in it, and it was like the Asian girl. There was a few people. I said it was like 10 people left, but they started getting picked off because they couldn't hold all of them up. They were fighting them and all that, but you talking about vampires, and it made like
Supernatural
they had
powers.
garlic stopped them, maybe some silver, but other than that, shit, and then the stake in the heart, but they ain't had no silver. I mean, they
Right.
had bullets, but they ain't had no silver. They weren't prepared for that shit. But
Nah,
yeah,
that makes
long
sense.
story short, so they end up killing uh the main vampire because they figured that'll stop the vampires, which they did. Most of them started burning with them, but
Right.
some of them got away, and the one that got away was Stack and his white girl. They got away. So
Right.
now I'm just cutting towards the end. So I ain't even I'm gonna give the post credit scene and everything. So after that, they show it was another blues player. They fast forward to the 90s because this in the post credit scene. So in the 90s, the dude that played the guitar, the cousin, he got old, but he had a scratch on his face like one of them clawed his face. So that was a
Right.
reminder. So he still had that scratch when he was older. So then, you know, his bodyguard uh came in the room. This in the 90s. So everybody dressed like the 90s, got the hot top fade. He ain't dressed
Right.
like that. He old school, he OG. So he got on a suit, he owned the club. Even his girl, the girl that he met that day, he ate a coochie and everything. I kind of skipped over that part because I had to he ate a coochie and everything. It was his first girlfriend. Or, she ended up getting killed. He named his bar after her because she ended up getting killed. She pushed him away. She was like, "Look, I got bit. Get away. I'm about to turn into one of them." You know, most people, they were starting to get, at that time, they were just coming to the reality like, all right, man, we probably ain't going to make it. But some of us ain't going to make it. So anyway, he named it after her. So all right, so he think everybody done died because all of them died except they didn't show uh Smoke. I mean, Stack die. They
right.
didn't show. They just showed him and his brother fought, but they didn't show if he killed them or not. He had to kill that witch. They really wanted the witch because she had knowledge of a lot of shit. If she would became a vampire, they'd use that knowledge because they could. they could talk through each other's mind. Like, yeah, you don't
Yeah,
feel that
they
he
could
know about you,
communicate in the
he know
mind.
about your cousin. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like even with the all right, man, I see you. Thanks for tuning in. With
Yes,
that
sir. Colt,
that
thank you
coach
for
Seth.
tapping in. Thank you for tapping in, Colt. Appreciate you. You a good fan, bro.
I'm
Appreciate
trying
you.
to keep up with it. This my I'm new to
Nah, it's
this,
cool.
so
They a lot of them popping in and out. I just
yeah, I
appreciate you
see it.
popping now.
So what happened? All right, so all right, so this the bar. This like this 60 years later.
Right.
So it's like 1992. Shit, I was born in '82, so this 10 years after I was born. But
Copy.
this a movie.
Right. It's a movie. It's a
So
movie.
the bodyguard was a bodyguard at the front door. He was a big ass doorman. He was bigger than the dude that played him. Get Rich or Die Trying. He come in like, yeah, dog. It's two people that they won't say no. They want you to come in. They want you to let them in. He was like, all right, let
Right.
them
Right.
in.
Right.
So he was already chilling at the bar. He was by himself. He had a bartender and the bodyguard. It was a nice little club. And guess who walked in? Because you thought they died. Because they
Who
never
walked in?
showed them at the end. Even Michael B. Jordan, the good Michael B. Jordan, died. I'm just,
Ooh.
I'm giving it, I'm trying to concise the movie. I know I'm talking a little long. So anyway, so you see him walk in with the girl. They look like they was still from 60 years ago. They look young.
They looking young.
Michael B.
All
Jordan got a high top fade. They made it look, they was dressed like the 90s. He had a
right.
Coogee sweater on, had a little chain, had a little stack ring. You know how they wore them ring, got their name on it. Yeah, he had one of them. Looked like L. Cool J. He would look like L. Cool J.
Right. He was looking good. Heard.
Yeah. And the girl would look like white girl back at the time. Nice little jean. White girl fine. I ain't gonna lie, she fine. I seen her in a few movies. We ain't talk about her, but they was still together at the all this time.
Copy.
So he said he said I pay you 200 to get in. He did. He gave him the 200. He was like, yeah, play me a song because he always liked his cousin. And, that's still his cousin.
Right.
At the end of the day, no matter, and he knew it was him. He was like, yeah, man. He was smelling them. He's like, yeah, it's about that time for you to go. I could take away all that pain. He was like,
Mm.
shit, I can make you live forever, and you
Mm.
could play forever. He ain't want to take that. He ain't want to take that charge. Cause mind you, I forgot that this another detail I forgot, but because I'm trying to shorten it up. Now he's a
Right. Right. Right.
preacher's son, the guy, the cousin, the one that survived. The old dude, he's the old dude. Now I'll talk about now. He a preacher's son. They showed that in there. I just skipped over that because I'm concising the story because you said be short. We
Right.
don't
Nah, you
want to be
good,
up
bro.
here all night.
Cook. Nah,
Because
you good. Cook. Cook.
I'm
Cook. You
thinking
good.
back of the facts so y'all can get context. So here, preacher son, he like, yeah, nah, man. In a way, to me, they was trying to use that. They was used for him. That character remind me, if you think about it, it was like BB King's story in a sense.
Right.
And one of them, not only BB King, you remember it was another Jew. They always talk about this guy. Like he sold his soul to the devil so he could play the guitar real good. They say he met at the crossroads. They kind of put
Right.
both of them two stories together to be him, even though he they ain't had a name. But if you look at how they was telling the story, you was like, yeah, that sound like BB King, man. Or that other dude. I forgot the other dude's name. I think about it later. But anyway, so he played the guitar, and mind you, oh yeah, so he rebuilt the guitar that he had from back then because it was like it had this like silver plate, and the silver plate he ended up using to kill that main vampire because the vampire
How
had
you
him by
doing,
the throat.
Buster? Brussel, how you doing? How you doing, man? Thank you for tapping into the chat. If you ain't already go follow, please go follow. If you want me to follow you back, leave a comment on my latest video, and I'll be sure to follow you back. This our first interview um, on stream, and just chopping it up with my boy about his most viewed video on his YouTube channel, and he about to just keep going. Thank you for that sub. Thank you for that sub.
Yeah, appreciate the sub. If you can sub mine too. If it's up there, I don't know if it's up there.
Now we gotta figure that out. We're gonna figure that out. We're gonna figure that out.
All
I
right,
was I was just looking into that.
okay. So, all right. So I'm almost finished at the end. So the guitar is the same guitar here in the 30s. He used that same guitar to kill the main vampire. He hit him in his head with. That's the only piece of silver they had. because he had him by the throat, and then I think the good Michael B. Jordan Smoke came up and stabbed him from behind. So and then the sun was coming up anyway, so all that shit happened like woof. So the guitar was broke, but he still had like the main piece of it. So now this 60 years later, he fixed. You see, it, he fixed it. It's like, oh shit, he got a brand new version, but he kept the silver piece. That was that is a reminder plus the scar. So he played some good song. It was like they let him play all the song out now. This old dude, I think he a real jazz musician, so he really could play and could sing. But the young boy, the new guy, he can sing. It just they took. I seen interviews. He had to learn how to play the guitar. So anyway, so he played the song and and Stack was like, yeah, man. And the girl was giving off a vibe like to the bartender, like motherfucker, I eat your ass up. Like I don't care about no drink. I want you. That's how she was giving because you seen that eye, like
Right,
because they can
right,
get like when you see the way they do the movie, it's not the same as most vampire movies. We used to like the Blaze and the Twilight, but to me it's a some people compared it to I know they compared it to the Dusk and the Dawn, and I'm like, okay, it had some similarities, but no. I was like, them vampires lured them to a juke joint and they was already vampires. This one, these motherfuckers had to make vampires. It's not the same story. And then they want to bring up the brothers. I'm like, okay, but it's still not the same story. These was twins. This was back in the 30s. The From Dusk to Dawn was like in the 90s, in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's two different stories. They had some similarities. Somebody brought that up. I'm like, nah, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. It was like they didn't focus on the music and tell you the stuff, the story behind it. But people were trying to make comparisons. I'm like, no. Like it's an
right,
original movie. I mean, for Dust to Dawn, the original movie too. It's an original movie. They ain't get it from nowhere, and they just mad because a black person. Like, I ain't trying to make about race, but they really wanted it to fail because they kept when it first came out, they like, oh yeah, they spent 90 million on a movie. They ain't really picking up no steam in you know, I think the first weekend they made 63 million. Shit, that's good because it was almost there. Man, they already made so many milestones after that. They
right,
even talking about he might be considering to make a part two. He wasn't even trying to make a part two. He was like, I just wanted, if you know the besides because he had to do part two, the Black Panther, because that's the story he feeding that off the Marvel story. So yeah, in most cases he do like one and done's to keep doing the next project. And then he worked with Michael B. Jordan on 5 films. So they worked good together. He ain't even finished the oh yeah, somebody thank you. Thank you to say well game message. I think that
yeah.
thank you.
Now I just put that to the top. Yeah, I just put it to the top. So if y'all looking to follow the speaker King Sweets, that's his YouTube channel right there. So y'all could go see what he's talking about, man.
Yeah. I guess that was a message or was that part of the stream? I don't know. I'm still learning this shit.
Nah, you good, bro.
All right, so all right, so then he played the move. He played the song. Stack liked the song because this the end. This like the post credit scene. So he liked the song, and then he said, "Man, I ain't like that. Them other few albums you doing the Funkadelic albums, man. That I like your real music." And he declined his offer to live forever. So he told him, and he told him they've talked about it. So they talked, and they said, "Man, what you ever think about that night?" This the cousin. Now this the old man talking to Michael B. Jordan, but this Stat, not the other twin. The twin died. I ain't gonna talk about how he died. You just had to see the movie how he died. I'll be up here all night talk about that. But he
Right,
died. So the only one survived is the twin, the girl, and him. Everybody else apparently they died because they didn't talk about it. They ain't say they ain't show who else was still around. So they've been living all this time, but he been growing old. And he was like, man, every time sometimes I wake up and I get traumatized. I can't get out the bed. And then the Stack, remember, he said, you know what? Now you think about it, that was the last time I seen me and my brother alive, and we was happy. That's the last time I seen the son, and they showed the reflection of him and the brother, cause they showed them, they was happy they getting everything together. They showed everybody they was all happy that they, cause they had some money. They were just putting the money. They paid everybody to help them to do this the juke joint party. So and then they had to make the money back. They was investing like, yeah, man, cook. Everybody was putting it together. They showed like a whole bunch of people. Some of the people I don't even remember was at the juke joint. I'm like, damn, they was there too. Okay, but they had the memory of that, and it was like, yeah, man, it was last time I seen the son. That's the last time I seen my brother alive. He was like, yeah, that night, for him, it felt for him, even though all this time, I know he been feeding on people, him and his girl. So they walked off, and he told, before he walked off, he said, he's like, how you still alive? He's like, I'm the only one that my brother couldn't kill. So they showed him fighting his brother. They had a memory, and they showed him on top of him. He was like, he said, just promise me you won't hurt him. And he's talking about his cousin. He's like, and I kept the promise.
Okay,
So
that's
yeah, that's
great.
the end of the movie. That's the
Nice.
end.
Nah, thank you, bro. That was a great review, man. I think a lot of people enjoyed the story.
Yeah, I hope you did. I left a lot of it out because I had to shorten it up. We ain't gonna be up here all night, sitting up here 4 hours. I'm breaking down the context. I ain't doing all that. But that was the basic thing of the movie.
So let me ask you, what made you choose Sinners out of all movies out there
You talking about the watch or the review?
to do the review? What made you choose the Sinners to do
Well,
it?
I mean, if you look at it, I got more than just Sinners review. It was just this was I wanted to do Sinners for one, because I seen a lot of people at the time was doing their reviews on it, and then I was hearing a lot of negative stuff about the race card, like, oh yeah, it's going to fail, and I was like, nah, and I wasn't trying to get like no sponsorship or nothing. Like, I ain't getting
Right.
paid for the review. I just did it because I want to put my take on it.
Okay, okay, okay. So
So
what?
I would have did it like if it would have got one view, I've been cool because I ain't tripping about that. But it so happened it got over 5,000 reviews. I mean, viewers or
Right.
views.
Yeah, it
You
got
know,
over 5,000 views. So what was the scene that hit you the hardest and why?
the scene that hit me the hardest.
Right.
What was the scene that hit me the hardest in the whole movie? That's a good question. Let me think. Let me see. It would had to be. I guess it was the scene. Let me see. I guess the scene where he had to kill the witch, because
Mm,
it was kind of emotional. Because that was it.
right.
Now that was the character that killed the witch was um Smoke. Now Stack, the one bitter, that's the brother, because the brother already turned to vampire. He bitter, so they know you bite her because she was like, she said, make a promise. If anything happened to me, you gotta kill me because they gonna need me. They gonna she was making it like because she was the only one knowledgeable of the vampire shit. They ain't
Right,
know.
right, right. She
She
wanted to
was
make
like,
sure she
yeah,
died.
because
Like, don't
they
let them
had a
get you.
moment in there when they had to. They was like, all right, everybody eat this garlic because they had food. You know, they had food because they
Right,
had they they had food for the juke joint. It was just like an old, like I said, it was an old slaughterhouse, but they slaughtered
right.
niggas. They ain't slaughtered no damn animals.
Copy.
So they cleaned it up and make it look nice. They had it look like you see like, damn, this a slaughterhouse? Damn, they cleaned that shit up real good. Even
Type shit.
for back then.
Type shit.
But yeah, that was an emotional scene because I'm like, damn, I know that was his heart, man.
Right.
And then the scene with, all right, not just that scene. I'm gonna have to add two scenes. I'm
Nah,
gonna have
do
to
your
add a
thing. Do
second
your
scene.
thing.
Really, that's the second one I like. But the first one I like, I forgot about this scene because I didn't talk about it. It was the scene when Stat, I mean Smoke went up to get the clan, and he shot every last one of them. Just killed
Mm.
all of them, and killed the one he brought the. He killed the hardest part when he killed the one that the main clan member because he came back. They was like, "We about to kill this nigga. These niggas better not be in." You know, they ain't say Negroes. They said niggas. I mean, it was
Right,
back
right,
in the
right. Real
30s. They
shit. Real
they
shit.
were calling us niggas.
Real shit.
I be real. I don't be like, oh yeah, they was calling us niggas. They was calling us niggas. I mean, people still calling us niggas. But they was like, these niggas, we gonna get them. It was like 30 of them. And he was sitting up because, oh, I was just a minor detail I forgot because I was shortening up the story. Now, both of them is World War I veterans. So they know how to fight and shoot. They ain't know like just anybody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because they were showing them fighting in the movie. And they weren't fighting like regular black people back then. They would fight. You be like, oh shit, they had some military training. They ain't really kung fu or nothing, but you could tell they was acting like they was fighting. And Michael B. I seen behind the scenes. I seen he had to train like them like World War I veterans back then
Right.
because they showed them they was using a Tommy gun and everything. He had first he sitting he sniping them. They was all he was in the bushes. He was waiting on them. He was like, yeah, nigga, boom. He was shooting all of them. Then he come back, he took the shit off and he ran up in there and shot their ass up. They ain't even get one shot off. Then he got shot. And you could tell, oh shit, he gonna die. That wound, he ain't fixing that wound. He ain't even kid. He like, he leaking out. He's like, man, fuck that. Shoot all of them. He shot all of them up. I'm talking about like 40 motherfuckers. The last one was the when he already shot. I think he was the mayor of the town, but he the one bought the juke joint from him. He was like, yeah, he the one brought them back. Talking about the clan don't exist no more. He brought all them up. They ain't had no hoods on or nothing. But you
Damn.
do that with the clan.
Right, right,
But
right.
when he got him, he shot him in his ass or something. He on the ground. You gonna kill me, nigga? And he was like, give me a cigarette.
That's
He didn't want to give it to him at first. I'm like, fuck, you might as well give it to him. He gonna kill you. You know he gonna kill you. So he lit the cigarette. Then he shot his ass up. I'm talking about he because he fell down. The clan dude already on the ground. He already fucked up. He was like, man, don't kill me, man. He was like, fuck it. He know he gonna kill him. He had that
right.
Tommy gun. He shot off. I'm talking about he let the whole clip out.
Let everybody have it as he should, as he
All
should.
right, and then just the spiritual part of it. He's saying his girl. So they show the girl in white, and she got a baby. I guess she supposed to been pregnant with the baby. And that let him know like he
Yo, my
hold.
boy Coates is back. Coates is back. Yo, Chef, what up, man?
Yeah, welcome back, man. I know you. I think. Well, he already seen the movie because he was like, "Y'all talking about sinners?"
Hell yeah.
So I think he seen it. But yeah, the spiritual part is they put they show her because she already died, so they showing her in white. She's sitting down with him, giving him the baby, so that put him at peace with him dying. Because like I told you, he got shot. He had a wound that you could see he leaking out like real bad, so he wasn't gonna
Type
make it.
shit. Okay.
Now, if his brother was around, I mean, this in the daytime, so he couldn't come. But if the brother was around, he probably would have turned him like, "Fuck it, nigga, I ain't gonna let you die, nigga." But he wasn't around.
Right, right, right.
Or he was playing Roblox.
Oh, you playing Roblox? That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I gotta get on to Roblox myself. I'm thinking more of what's the other one? It's Roblox, and then what's the other one? Damn, I can't think of it right now. But I got more questions for you. So, did
Yeah.
you relate? Did you personally relate to any of the characters up there? Like, did you make a personal connection?
I would say Smoke because like again to my background and all that and talking about my mentor. Uh,
Yeah.
he had me thinking like being strategic. So Smoke was more the strategic twin, and he was the more calm and cool, calm, collected twin versus Stack. Stack was the more funny. I mean, I could be that too, but to me, I was more like Smoke. In
Copy.
a way, it's like even I could bring up another character ain't got nothing to do was another show. If you saying Power, most people always tell me I'm like Ghost more than Tommy.
Okay.
So
Okay.
to me, he was like Ghost and Smoke. Like I got both of them. Like far as like thinking, like being strategic.
I don't
Like
got
if
no name on Roblox. I don't got no Roblox yet. I might make one though. Go ahead, bro. My fault.
Now musically, I of course I could tie because if we want to talk about musically, I could tie to the main boy that was the star of the. He was the new star.
Right.
Now I could relate musically because he could play the piano in real life. I can too.
My name is Praxis Ropes. In IRL, my name is Praxis Ropes.
He said in real life. What else he said in real life? I just seen him in real
IRL
life.
is real life, yeah. So if you gaming, people will be like IRL. When they say IRL, they mean real life type shit.
All right.
But for me, I don't try to really switch tie my IRL into my gaming because it get messy. Like people get really messy when you role playing. Cause we be into role playing and when you give people your real name. Yo, shout out to you, German. Jeremy. Jeremy.
Let me see. They said I could pick a picture. Let me see. I didn't put so many. I just put this one up there. All right. I put that picture up
Mr. Player. That's how that picture look.
here. Yeah.
All right, so we've been
I did
cooking
that
for
earlier for the commercial. Remember I told you I had to make a commercial for the
right.
advertising.
So when you dropped that video, did you get a lot of subscribers after that? A lot of subs?
I got a few subs. Like I think I probably got like 20 or 30 subs. Like
Nice.
over time, it wasn't like right away, but it was over time. I noticed.
I like that. I like that. So was it like you dropped this video and you went to sleep and woke up and it was just going crazy, like as views with views?
Yeah.
That's what's
I
up.
mean, I seen some of the views go up. Like I was looking at it
I'm in Florida,
when
coach.
before when I first dropped it. I was looking at it. I was like, I mean, look. Then I seen like I seen it go up to 1,000 at first. I'm like, all right, it went up to 1,000. I had 1,000 views before, but then I went
Right.
to sleep, woke up like, oh shit, goddamn. You know how you go back? You like,
Heard
you,
you.
it made me cough. I think I was
Pasadena.
drinking something. I
That's
spit the drink out.
Texas.
I was like, I
Okay,
was like,
okay.
damn.
Well, this was a good interview, man. We ran it up. We ran it up. What we doing? 47 minutes. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
me talking about the movie. I know I was taking long.
right. Yeah, you like 3 hours off right now. You in Pasadena, I believe that's Texas, right? Chef, that's Texas. So if you in Texas, we here. What's that? 2 hours off? What's that like? An hour off?
Yeah, about 2 hours. Then
Like
Texas,
2 hours?
Alabama, an hour behind us.
Yeah. So it's 1:30 over here. What time you got over there, Chef? Chef rocked out with us all night.
Yeah,
Yo,
most
shout
of the
out to
whole
chat,
time I've
man.
been seeing him. That's how I know his name.
Yeah, shout out to chat, man. Chat starting to tap in. Yo, I like this. So this was a new idea, like I came up with today. Seriously.
All right, yeah, he an hour behind. He said 12:36.
Yeah, it's like an hour behind. Yeah, we came up with this idea today, Chef. Like, so I think I might be doing this on the late night more often with my boy because he don't just do this. He didn't just do this movie. He did other movies too. So maybe we could talk
But
about other
this the
ones.
one that went viral. I guess this was viral for me.
Right, I wanted to talk about the viral one, which is crazy. But as you talking and you telling the story, I'm like, well, I'm just listening to the story. Like, at this
Because you ain't never seen it before.
right, I ain't never seen it, so I'm just listening to the story at this point. Like, oh, nah, this is interesting to just sit and listen to. Like, this is pretty cool. So, like, yeah, nah, I would like to
So he
invite
my
you.
sub too, or I don't know that.
I don't know if he sub your coat, your chef. If you want to subscribe to my boy page, is right there, King Sweets 82. Just type it into your search bar, and you'll be able to find him and drop him a sub real quick. Nah, cause he be putting his work in. Like, so I also wanted to reach out because I be seeing you put your work in.
Yeah, I just posted a video on my other channel. It's the Gang Goofy TV.
Heard you.
I had to post that video because you remember I got a machine behind that, so
Right,
that's the
right.
one I focus on the most. But I always still do the reviews, and then I got my because I got the TikTok show. It's King Sweets 82 over there on TikTok, but is the show is called Cold Hearted Truth.
Cold
So I did a
hearted
cold,
truth.
yeah, cold hearted truth.
That's what's up,
So
bro.
I'll be like, I give you a little advice, but each episode only a minute long. Besides the recent one that was this not our fight. It had to be long. It had to be like 2 minutes long because I had a lot of points to talk about. But mostly all the other ones only it's like either a minute or a little under a minute. I try to keep it at a minute. So I give you quick advice. You be like, you hear me talking about certain topics, but I talk for 1 minute or less, and then
Copy.
that's the short.
Copy.
It automatically be a short on YouTube. So I post it on YouTube as well, but I
Copy.
post it on TikTok first. So sometimes, certain stuff go viral over there. Sometimes I get like 5,000 views over there, and then on YouTube it get 52 views. So, like each platform I'm learning, it's just you just gotta put it out there. I'm letting people see the work,
Heard you.
and then
Heard.
then I got the Gang Goofy Chronicles. That's the show. That's the channel, but Gang Goofy TV, the channel. Then I got STR. Really, STR means Sweets Trill Reviews, where I talk about a little bit of everything. And then, I got the Sweets movie and music reviews when I talk about movies and music. I
Right,
think I
right.
did one about I got one coming out about Jim Jones. You remember when he talked about Nas, and I think Nas
Yeah,
got
so
on it.
so like that's crazy though, because I want to talk about that. Since you brought it up,
Yeah.
I recently just be seeing things with Jim Jones, and I be like, because I'm a Jim Jones fan, and that's my guy. So I'm like, yo, what is it? He's losing aura right now for talking about Nas, but back then he didn't lose no aura for talking about Nas. What's going on with that little situation? What's your opinion on that?
Well, I think he just not trending, so he want to trend. He cloud
Right.
chasing.
So
I
he's
mean,
saying anything out his mouth.
he going
Because
after
it
the
don't make no
biggest.
sense for him to be trying to shit on Nas like that when he know his
It
rap
it's
career
just like
got nothing.
it's just like he recently was getting, Cameron and Mace was getting on him. That this
Yeah.
ain't had nothing to do with Nas. They
Uh,
calling him out. Like, I mean, you from New York, right? So I mean, you would know this more than me. I'm just going by what Cameron said. He said, "Nigga, you ain't even from Harlem, nigga." He named the streets. I don't know all the streets. I've been in New York a few times. I've been
Yeah,
like,
now son from the Bronx too. Like he from Harlem in the Bronx. He from both.
well, Cameron saying he ain't even he from the Bronx. He ain't from
Right.
Harlem. I'm like,
Yeah,
I can't speak on that. I only could go by what Cameron say. I might
right.
have to look up the map and shit.
Like shit.
Because I'm not from there, so I can't really, like, if it was somebody in B-more, and I'd be like,
No,
hell
no,
yeah,
no.
nigga, he ain't.
So what it is Harlem and the Bronx is right next to each other. Like they
No,
pretty much.
I've been there. I know the map.
Okay, okay.
I just don't know like all the streets. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nah,
Like,
they just right
I
next to
ain't
each other.
grow up there.
Right.
I've been to both places. I've
Right.
been to the Bronx. Only place I ain't been is Brooklyn. I've been to
So like
Staten Island.
Harlem and
I,
Bronx is right next to each other. They made an
I even been
alliance.
to Yonkers.
Right.
So like that's what I'm saying.
That's
I've
right up
been there.
there.
I even been to Spanish Harlem. I seen the Twin Towers when they was up. I'm just saying I've been going to New
Nah, nah,
York
I
back
get
and
you. I
forth.
hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
some people can't say that. Some people be like, no, I only been to New York now. I'm like, yeah, nigga, you
Right.
don't know. I got pictures of the Twin Towers. I was young then, but I got the pictures. I be like, yeah, nigga, I seen that shit in person. I seen Statue of Liberty. A lot of people can't say that. And to me, I think everybody should go to New York. It's a city. I wouldn't want to live there. It's too crowded for me. But I'm saying they got a lot of history there.
Yeah.
Just like B-more got a lot of history, but New York definitely got a lot of history.
Nah,
The
you ain't
birthplace.
block out there.
It's the hip hop mecca.
Yeah,
Everybody
lot. It's a fashion.
acknowledge
It's a
that.
fashion. It's a lot.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
fashion. I mean, like, just from me being raised in B-more, y'all only 3 hours away from us. So
Right.
we would back in the '90s. I can't speak on how the B-more is now, but the '90s and the early 2000s, we was we was fed the New York music diet. It wasn't no
Right. Right. Right.
R&B.
Everybody was the whole miracle was pretty
But
much.
I'm just saying, like, but we ain't had no choice. Like in the South, like in Atlanta and all that, they had a choice. They could listen to their shit, or on the radio, they had to listen to New York shit for a while.
Right. Right.
But they had a choice. We ain't have a choice. I mean, we could listen to be more regular shit, but then we like, all right, nigga, we gotta listen on the radio. Okay. Then more than half of us was influenced by, like I was influenced by, uh Wu Tang.
Right.
Method Man was my inspiration to rap. I'm just saying. I like the Jen Jones too. I like the Dipset, Cameron. I was listening to all that shit. Anything that was hard back then, shit. What I like about the rap back then, since we talk about it, I like that
Shout out to
everybody
Coach
had
for
their
the
own
sub. Shout out to
sound.
Coach for the sub.
Everybody had their own sound versus now everybody sounds like they from Atlanta. Even Drake. You from Canada. How you sound like you from Atlanta, nigga? You or Texas. He got the Texas and the Atlanta sound. If back then, shit, they'd be like, nigga, they'd get on you for having that sound. Nigga, you
And then
ain't
he
you
sound
you
like
from
he from. Then he sound like he from the Caribbean islands. He got all
Yeah,
type
cause
of.
he got all that sway. Like we couldn't do that back then. Even like rappers from B-more, we had to be like, yo, we don't want to sound like we from New York, cause they gonna get on us, cause we ain't from New York. We gotta have our own. You know, it wasn't none of that.
Sorry about that, buddy.
But now it's
Chef said he subscribed to you. He said it took him a minute. Yeah, because you don't really see it when you tap it. When you type it in, it be sitting right in your face, but you don't really see it.
yeah. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it.
Thank y'all for helping my subbing to my boy. So we ran it up, bro. It's 56 minutes. We approaching
Yeah,
the
this is my
60-minute
first
mark.
live. Man. Oh,
That's
that's the
what's up.
cutoff point. I don't know. I don't know this.
Yeah, nah, that's when I was gonna call it a wrap.
Oh, okay.
About
We
to jump
call
to
it
the
a wrap.
game.
Shit. We ain't more questions before we call it a wrap?
Nah, just pretty much anything else you want to say that you might have left out or you think the people should know.
Oh, just be on the lookout for my, check out my all the stuff on my channel. It's you got my show, you'll see my music if you into that. I do pimp hop. If for those who don't know, I was a pimp. Not no fake one. I was, and I got a documentary I'm working on. Well, man, you could talk about that behind the scenes because I'm gonna need your help on certain parts of the documentary. But I got a documentary I'm shooting. I already shot half of it. I just gotta get other people I gotta catch up with. Some people died, so I can't get them, but I'm trying to get the people that's alive. I'm like, yeah, man, we gotta do the interview today. I'm gonna get you because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. Anything happen, everybody dying. But uh, and then I got a
Heard you.
book coming out. It said, "When are you leaving?" I guess that's for you.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut off in another 3 minutes. Another 3 minutes. Go ahead, keep talking
So
though.
yeah, just be on the lookout. I'm gonna post it on my on my channels when the book and the documentary and stuff come out. So I got a book, the documentary, and I'm working on another album. So all of them, I'm working on them. Man, that's all else I got to talk about. I don't know what else. You there?
What's up, my guy? Appreciate you for tapping in. Excuse
I
me, my bad.
appreciate you for having me. We'll do another interview or whatever
Nah,
you want
definitely.
to
I
talk about.
already said it. Like you got more content on your page. So as I look at your page a little more, see what's going on, definitely gonna tap in about more topics. Like, and plus, I told you when I was sitting back just listening to you, I'm like, yo, it's actually cool just listening to my boy talk about the stories.
The
Like, so
story.
right, I'm like, that was pretty cool. So
I
definitely.
wasn't sure if you was getting bored. I was like, I don't know. And I was like, I ain't want
Nah,
to make
but
it
that's
too
what it's all
long.
about. Like people be strolling through, and this how they catch up with us because you talking. Like I could be up here quiet sometimes. So this that was clutch, bro.
All right. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we got you enough subs and everything. Hopefully my people show
Yeah.
some love.
Yeah, and
Thank y'all.
I go through and sub like he said his channel name is his name. So when
Yeah,
I go back over the video and look at the subs or whatever, and then I just sub because I like to support people. I don't just be like I'm gonna sub you and that's it.
right.
Some people that do that and they just say that. You'll see me in the comments and everything. Yeah, motherfucker, that nigga ain't shit. And they be like, damn, who is that beefing with him? I was like, that's me. I don't need no backup. You see me typing.
Heard you, man.
I'll be passionate. I'll be like, yeah. I was like, and we cool, and somebody talking shit about you. I'll be like, oh hell no. If you talk shit about him, you gotta talk shit about me. They be like, you ain't got nothing to do with it. Yes, I got that dude. He my boy. So
Nah, let's
I be
talk,
t-
man.
I be that type of loyal. Like,
Heard you.
and you be like,
Yo,
calm down, man. He cool. He's my friend. And I be like, well, you lucky he said calm down, cause I'm about to go in. I'm about to pull out proof. You
man,
see me
that's
put
what's
like a
up,
link in
dog,
that
man.
bitch. Like, nah, nigga, this happened. Look, and I seen the link. Click on that. And they be like, man, I don't care about that. I said, the fact you don't care, I be going.
Going crazy with it. We about to
you,
shut this
you
live
be hearing
down,
me,
y'all.
you
War.
be typing. But yeah, I definitely appreciate that, man. He said he got me rolling to the floor.
Nah, coach,
I,
like you got him rolling on the floor. That shit crazy. Nah, I
yeah,
appreciate it too. You
yeah,
came and you showed
I be
up.
a little funny. Then I like I said, I ain't like this twin stack was the funny one. I'm more of a to be honest, I'm more of a smoke and ghost. Kaiser Sose type shit. I don't be killing people though. I ain't killing nobody. I ain't no killer. Look, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. That made me think about Pac.
Absolutely.
But all right, man. Shut this lie down, man.
All right, fellas. Good night, y'all.
All right, good night.